Welcome back. We're looking at figurative language, and we've looked at the simile, and then at the metaphor, and then at a specific kind of metaphor, which is personification, which is when you make something that isn't a person into a person. We're going to move on and look at another example of figurative language. We're going to be looking at alliteration. Alliteration is a figure of speech where the same consonant is used at the beginning of two or more words. The words do not have to be right next to each other, but they must be fairly close together. And here's an example of alliteration: the broad belch of beer. Now, why do we call that an example of alliteration? Because of the B's. Let's just start by making sure that you understand the words. What is a belch? A belch is that sound that you make when you've eaten or drunk and you've got gas in your stomach and you open your mouth and you go wah, like a very loud, noisy burp. So broad here would mean wide, because you're opening your mouth wah, and you're letting out all this gas. Now, the alliteration is difficult to discuss. It's difficult to analyze. It's not the easiest figure of speech. The most important function of alliteration is to link the words. So we are linking broad and belch and beer. Now you have to ask yourself, why? What is the poet trying to achieve by using those B's to link the words? Well, I think the link between belch and beer is fairly obvious. If you drink a lot of beer, then you're going to belch because you're going to have all this gas trapped in your tummy. And I think at this point you need possibly to put this line into the poem. These are young men on a Friday night who get together and they celebrate and they enjoy themselves with their friends. So it's a very happy time. So we've got the link here. This is the sound that is made, and this is the cause of the sound, what is causing the young men to belch. Now let's look at broad and belch together. This tells you that these young men are very relaxed. They're with friends. They don't have to worry about what people would say or about what other people might think. They can just sit back and go, blah, 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 and nobody's going to get upset. So this link of broad and belch is also emphasizing the idea of friends and companionship, friendship, being together and being relaxed enough to express your enjoyment of what you are doing. I want you also to notice the idea of onomatopoeia, another figure of speech. Onomatopoeia is the use of words that suggest the sound of the thing that they represent. Loud sounds: crack, scratch, blast, bang, clatter, thud, thump. You might think that scratch isn't as loud as the others, but I was thinking of somebody scratching their nails down a blackboard. So otherwise a scratch could be quite a soft sound. It would still be onomatopoeic. Let's look at some soft sounds that are onomatopoeic. Whisper, rustle, lap, swish, gurgle, drip, drop. Remember that all animal sounds are going to be onomatopoeic. Here are some examples: mew, hiss, bark, grunt, neigh, oink, moo, and quack. Onomatopoeic words are always very effective. Now, if we go back to our poem, we've got the broad belch of beer. This word is an example of onomatopoeia, And the B's help, because of the sounds, to reinforce that idea of this belching and this enjoyment of the drinking of beer. Now, I know that alliteration is not an easy figure of speech. So remember, you start by saying which words are linked through the alliteration, and then you try to work out why is the writer asking us to look at not the words separately, but at the words together. What do they achieve together that they don't achieve by themselves? We continue with figurative language in the next segment.